Hello everybody. Today I have got one of the lovely PTA Christmas storybooks that they've kindly bought for every class in school. This one is called A Christmas for Bear. Now I remember reading a story about a mouse, and in this story as well there is a mouse and a bear. Now this bear thinks Christmas is all about pickles and poetry. And I know people love reading stories and poems at Christmas, but pickles at Christmas? I'm not quite so sure. One frosty night, Bear heard a little tap tap tapping at his front door. When he opened the door, there was Mouse, small and grey and very bright-eyed. "Merry Christmas!" cried Mouse. Maybe, said Bear. He's got a very nice house with a lovely fireplace and a beautifully decorated tree. Bear had agreed to have a Christmas party. Believe it or not, he'd never been or had a Christmas party before. "Shall we open the presents now first?" Mouse asked eagerly. "Presents?" Bear shook his head. "Most certainly not," he said. "What?" Mouse's eyes opened really wide. "No presents at a Christmas party? We shall sit around the tree and we shall have something to eat. I might even read you a special poem. Surely that will be okay," Bear declared. Then Bear went off to the kitchen to get the Christmas pickles. I told you Bear likes pickles. And when he came back, there was no Mouse to be seen anywhere. "Mouse, Mouse, where are you?" But Mouse didn't answer. Bear had a little look around to see, but no, he couldn't find the mouse. Look, if I show you there, those are what pickles look like, just in case you're not sure what they look like. Bear heard a tiny scurrying around. It was coming from upstairs. Bear climbed the stairs to his bedroom. The scurrying sound was coming from under Bear's bed. "Mouse?" "Yes," came a muffled voice. "Are you looking for a present?" Mouse peeped out from under the bed. He had a bit of dust on his nose. "Perhaps I'm looking for something," said Mouse. "Oh, hogwash," Bear scolded. "We have pickles." "Oh," said Mouse. A mouse trudged behind Bear back to the living room. "I don't think Mouse wants any pickles." Bear went to the kitchen to get the cheese. But when he got back to the living room, you guessed it, there was no Mouse. "Mouse, you're looking for presents again, aren't you?" "Maybe," came a little voice from out in the hallway. Bear opened the cupboard door. There was Mouse, small and grey, and looking rather guilty, as if he'd been trying to hunt for things. "Not even a tiny present anywhere," squeaked Mouse. "Do you know, Mouse, the pickles are all the way from France," declared Bear. "But surely," said Mouse. "And furthermore," confirmed Bear, "I shall be reading you a long and lovely poem. I bet you like poems." Then Bear headed back to the kitchen to get the biscuits, but before he got there, he quietly turned and tiptoed back to the living room. There was no Mouse to be seen. "Mouse!" Mouse scampered out from behind the tree, tinsel dangling from one of his ears. I think he'd been looking in the tree, hadn't he, for some presents. Pickles and poems, bellowed Bear. That is what Christmas is all about. Oh dear, said Mouse. Mouse sat in front of the crackling fire. Bear served yummy pickles and cheese and biscuits and tea. Bear nibbled and sipped. Mouse did too, but his tail was looking rather sad. Bear cleared his throat. Mouse looked up. 'Twas the night before Christmas, Bear pronounced, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. Bear stared at Mouse. Oh, the pickles are wonderful, whispered Mouse. Bear continued. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care. Bear stopped and glanced over at Mouse. Mouse took a little bit of a bite of his pickle. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, Bear repeated a little bit more loudly. Are you ready this time? Look at the writing. Look at the size of the writing this time. The stockings, said Bear. Mouse leapt up, his eyes as bright as Christmas candles. You do have a present for me, he cried, pointing at the fireplace. You've got stockings. Certainly not. Impossible, rumbled Bear, but he was smiling really. Mouse scrambled into his stocking and popped back out with a package all wrapped up in red sparkling paper. Bear looked on eagerly as Mouse tore off the wrapping. It's the best present ever, Bear announced proudly, even if it's not a pickle. Inside was a beautiful, shiny telescope. And there you can see him. He's holding it up so proudly. Bear hurried Mouse out into the crisp winter night. Mouse pointed the telescope towards the glowing moon. Oh, it's beautiful, it's wonderful, Mouse said softly. Oh, thank you, Bear. You are so kind. Yes, indeed, Bear smiled and then looked at Mouse. Well, what? Mouse was busy studying the stars with his new telescope. Mouse, you didn't forget, did you? You didn't forget something, did you? Bear looked rather upset. Pickles and poems, said Mouse. That's what you like. Then he turned his little telescope towards a nearby fir tree. And presents, of course. There, peeking out from the snowy branches, was a big, red, beautiful bow. Bear hurried over and pulled out a wooden sledge with red, shiny runners. I've always wanted a sledge with red, shiny runners, said Bear. Thank you, Mouse. You are an excellent friend. Someone of whom I've become very, very fond of. Do you know, you are my best friend too, said Mouse, with a happy flick of his whiskers. Merry Christmas, Bear. Merry Christmas, Mouse, said Bear. Then Mouse and Bear jumped onto the sledge and swooped down the hill under the shining stars of Christmas. It looks like they are having great fun together. And I loved it that they both bought each other just one present each. Thank you to the PTA for such a lovely Christmas storybook. Bye, everybody. Have a lovely Christmas. Bye.